What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Bryce with the Real Squad.
And it's your boy Al with the Real Squad as well.
And today, we got a quick one for y'all. Just got back from seeing that Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, I believe.
Yes, sir. D&D.
Well, we'll get into it. But first off, I want to talk about the director. This is directed by John Francis Daley. He did Vacation and Game Night. But I'm kind of used to him being an actor. Haven't really seen him lately, but I have seen him in, like small minor roles, I guess. But yeah. I was kind of surprised that, I think he got some writer credit from Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
that was a good one.
Yeah. He been trying to do his thing. I would say that this will be one of his better things that he's done with Dungeons and Dragons. But from the trailer, I'm pretty sure, just like everybody else, I assumed this was gonna be hot trash. I didn't expect much from this, and I believe they had a old school Dungeons and Dragons that came out in 2000s with Marlon Wayans that I've never seen.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I'll probably bring up like a little small clip of that. But yeah, this is their second time at it as far as Dungeons and Dragons. And if you don't know, this is like a classic board games from back in the early 80s, maybe even late 70s. Role playing game that you play with a group of friends.
Yeah, all the quote unquote nerds. One of my favorite TV shows, Big Bang Theory. They always playing Dungeons and Dragons. That's the only thing I really know about the game. So
they had it in game. Stranger Things was like a big point of that too. A lot of the monsters come from the names of those
Demogorgon and all that. Yeah. Okay.
This is starring Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Justice Smith, Sophia Lillis, and Hugh Grant. Mm-hmm. Oh, and I also want to mention Daisy Head as the Red Wizard, which we'll get into a little later.
Yeah.
But yes, my initial thoughts. This is gonna be a non-spoiler, but I actually had a surprisingly good time with this. Mm-hmm. I didn't expect it. Like I said, I didn't go in there with any expectations, and it was surprisingly funny. And Chris Pine he plays Ejin. He was my favorite character. It was good to see Michelle Rodriguez not in the Fast and Furious. She still plays that tough girl. She plays Hoga. She was actually pretty decent to me too. Mm-hmm. And Justice Smith as Simon. I hated this character in Jurassic World. He was screaming entirely too much in the movie. I hated him because he, like I said, there's too much screaming, and he was such a scary guy, the scary black guy, and he still kind of plays that role, but I feel like it's better. He's written much more better in this as far as him being like the wizard or whatever, and that was pretty cool. And Sophia Lillis, she's pretty much known for It. She played the I forgot her name in It, but the girl amongst the guys in the group. And
wait, who she play?
She was the girl in It.
Oh, with the red hair?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, she was the one that can transform to all the monsters. She was she played Druid. And Hugh Grant, who pretty much plays Hugh Grant, and like I said, Daisy Head. I didn't mention this before, but Chloe Coleman, she plays Kira, the daughter of Chris Pine. She also played the daughter of Adam Driver in that movie 65. It's pretty much the exact same role almost. You know, she didn't have pretty much anything to do but kind of be annoying.
Right.
But in order as far as characters I like, Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Sophia Lillis, and Justice Smith. Like, I actually enjoyed their camaraderie. This is more so stronger as far as the friendship and the family aspect. Like, I was surprised at how well it was written and how drawn in I was. Sometimes when you have movies like this, all these characters can be literally throwaway characters or gag characters, but I feel like everybody has something to do. I know the director mentioned something about trying to make the guys like less than as far as the women in the movie, but I didn't really feel that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody brought something to the table. Even Chris Pine, him being like more so funny or comedic, but at the end of the day, when shit was going down, he held it down. Like, he wasn't a joke.
Right. So how I feel about the movie is I had probably a little bit less of a good time.
Okay.
I still liked it though. Like, it wasn't terrible, but like, it was like it didn't take itself too serious, and then I feel like sometimes it could have took itself more serious.
Okay. Got you on that one.
Chris Pine, like he said, is usually like comedic. He has like pretty good comedic timing. Michelle Rodriguez, she was good in this one. I liked her. Also the wizard, like he said, he was better in this one than
Simon.
Simon. He was better in this one than in other movies.
Yeah, definitely one of his better roles.
Yeah. The Red Wizard, I can't remember. What's her name?
Daisy Head. But her name in the movie was Sophina.
So okay, yeah.
Bro,
So
I liked her, bro.
I liked her, but I could not get past the bald wig, like the bald it's clearly like it was too big, like, you know what I'm saying. I couldn't get past. I could not look past that. Like, just clearly a lot of hair under there.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying. So like it was kind of goofy to me.
With the bald cap.
Yeah, the bald cap. That's what I was trying to think of it. But yeah, the bald cap. I couldn't get past that. Forge, which is Hugh Grant. He played a really good villain. Like, you hated him. Like, I just hated his guts because he was just so despicable.
Fucking con man.
Yeah, con man. Like, it was a good name too, Forge. Yeah, and he's a con man. You know, like Forge is like when you fake somebody's signature or something like that.
Facts.
Also, I was trying to think of something because Forge is also like a metallurgy like term where you like when you trying to create swords or something. But I don't think that had any. I think it was more so like the fake signature aspect. Also, like I said, some of the comedy didn't really land for me because like it's kind of like one of those kind of slapsticky kind of things where it's like even when in serious moments I'm waiting for the joke to come, so I could never really get into the seriousness of the movie. So maybe it was a lot more serious moments, but I couldn't get into it because I'm like always waiting for like the joke to come.
Right, I got you. Yeah. I felt that this is slightly different because like when it did get serious, I was able to get drawn in because I liked the character so much. So I was actually happy that I felt that way. I didn't want somebody just to die just because like, oh, I don't care if he dies. I actually cared if any of these characters died, just because they played their role so good. Even with Sophia Lillis, she didn't really have much to say. She didn't have a lot of lines, but she went so hard with the creatures that she turned into as far as trying to help out the gang. And she's like one of the newest members of the crew. And the whole gist of the movie is they say in the trailer, they stole something for this Red Wizard and it pretty much backfired on them. And they got to try to get back together and save Christmas Pine's daughter. From the Red Wizard and from Forge because he pretty much backstabs them.
Yeah, what I did like about the movie is that it stuck true to the game aspect of like how, you know, we all know it's a board game, like you said, it's a video game. It kind of stuck to that as far as like how people were moving around and like
getting to point A and point B with, you know, needing the different artifacts and stuff like that. Yeah,
exactly. Getting like a true hero's journey type thing. And also like just really how they were really just directed to move, and like because they had one joke in there. I will kind of spoil this, but it was one joke in there where he was like, "Why is he moving a straight line like that?" And he's like, "Right over the rock." Yeah, you know, like video games, that's how you move. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like.
It's just that was funny as hell.
Yeah, that was funny. So like it kind of stuck really close to the game aspect of the show. I mean of the movie. Of the series, and I appreciated that. That was funny.
The fighting and the choreography was pretty actually good.
Yeah,
the CGI wasn't the best, but like I said, they were able to bring it back because you cared about the characters a little bit. Well, you actually cared about the characters, and like I said, the fighting choreography was actually pretty decent. I was surprised and blown away. I actually wrote down that it probably would have went harder being a rated R comedy because it was certain parts in here that I was like, oh shit, like that could have easily been, you know, rated R, but you know they kept it light with the PG-13, but it probably would have did a little bit better being rated R.
I'm also not too familiar with the D&D lore, so like I'm not sure how many actual dungeons or dragons are in the actual game, but I feel like in the movie it could have been a lot more.
They had a dragon.
They had a couple.
The dragon is in the trailer, but you know they did a couple of loot runs, I should say.
They had like 2 dragons because there was one in like the flashback scene.
Yeah, in the one where the Red Witch turned, also in the trailer, she turned the stone dragon into an actual dragon.
Right. So it was like 3.
Yeah. I would say, what was it? Well, the creature design for like the small side characters, a lot of them were practical effects, and you can always get me with practical. I actually like that a lot.
Yeah, me too. I'm more definitely liking the practical effects because the whole movie was pretty much CGI. Like every background you could tell was just like CGI. It's hard to act like that. Like
it got wonky at sometimes, but at the end of the day, I feel like I was drawn in with the character, so I kind of gave it a pass.
Yeah,
but
it was a good story too. Like the whole story was like everybody was needed in the story. Like,
everybody was. I felt everybody was competent. Like everybody was necessary. Nobody was
exactly.
And there was one of my favorite scenes is the heist scene. If you go see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But they do a lot of magic and a lot of cool shit with this teleporter. I'll leave it at that. But it was really fun.
Yeah, if you're a D&D fan, you know what we're talking about.
And if you are a D&D fan, let us know in the comments how close it was to the lore and how many creatures or different terminology was used in the movie as far as it being in the lore, because I'm interested to know. Are there a lot of red wizards or is there a lot of druids, whatever you want to call it? But
I'm interested to know too. And it didn't have a demigorgon, I don't think, in the movie, but like he said, that's like Stranger Things look like.
Yeah, cause I think they have like multiple different versions of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, okay.
You might even be able to go to space with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not 100% sure, but it's definitely different levels to it
for sure.
But we're gonna go ahead and give this a rating. You can go first.
I'm gonna give it a 7. Real dope movie. Like I liked it. It was fine to me. Like I said, I'm not a huge D&D fan, and I was listening to one of the other critics, Chris Stuckman. He had said something about a Marvel movie one time, and he was like, well, if you don't really know nothing about Marvel, then if you go into this movie, then you wouldn't really get it. And at the time, I was like, why would you know anything about Marvel? Now I get what he was saying, because I know nothing about D&D, and some of the stuff kind of went over my head a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll give it a 7.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go real decent movie, a low 7. So right under you. Okay. The dope movie is a high 7. So I'll go low 7 with the real decent movie. Like I said, I enjoyed it, even though your score is better than mine, but I still had a good time with it. I would recommend this as a matinee, but if not, definitely wait till it comes out on streaming. Or if you're some nerds and you guys want to check it out, I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot more to say about it.
Yep, you're gonna have a lot of, because it was like literally in my theater, it was me and like 3 other guys. They sat way in the back and they was like having a blast. Like, cause you could tell like they was real D&D fans. Like they was back there talking. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like literally 4 people in the theater, and they was having a ton of fun.
Well, now I'm interested. So after this, I'm probably gonna check out some other reviews, because I try to keep it light when it comes to, we do ours first. So I'm gonna see what everybody else has to say. But it seems like the reception isn't too bad right now. A lot of people have been enjoying it from the headlines I read.
Yeah, definitely. And like I think that kind of skewed my rating too, because like I said, I'm not a D&D fan, but like since I had 3 other guys in there and they was kind of like digging it hella much, that made me like more so like soften it up a little bit, because I'm like, well, just because I don't get it, like I know other people will get like, oh, why is that like that? And that floating orb right there, like what is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's more significant to them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a lot of stuff in the background we didn't catch.
Exactly.
But that's been the Real Squad. Like I said, we didn't want to keep you guys for long, and didn't want to go into any spoilers about this, because it wasn't such a deep movie, and I want to see how well it does. And usually when we do spoilers, it's something that we must talk about, or we have to talk about. But with this, I'm interested to see what everybody else has to say.
Me too.
But like I said, if you guys are new here, please hit that like and that subscribe button.
Yes,
I've been checking these analytics, man. I see you guys coming in, just taking a peek and bouncing out. But go ahead and hit that like and that sub, man. It helped the channel out a lot. We're trying to hit that 1,000.
Yeah, man. And then like always, man, if you are a subscriber, hit that notification bell, part of that Noti gang, man.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And follow
us out.
And follow us on those socials at Real Squad on Instagram and TikTok, and Real Squad Collectibles at Instagram and TikTok. And it's been real. Thanks for being real, and thanks for keeping it real with the Real Squad.
Peace.